Hey, good morning, everybody. Listen, want to do something a little bit different today on Wednesday Wisdom. I've been thinking about how often God is at work building us. We talk about that a lot here. So today I'm actually in a live construction zone. You may be able to hear in the background a lot of the noise. So there's some parallels between when we are growing in our faith and God's doing something dynamic in our life. He's building us. But we got to trust God in the process. We got to trust Him in the process that He is indeed building something. So maybe you can hear a lot of the background noise. A couple of things about a construction zone. When you're in a construction zone, it's very noisy. When God is up to something, He's building something in your life, the truth is there's a lot of noise, a lot of background noise. And sometimes you have to be really intentional about shutting out the noise and simply focusing on what the architect is building. So we hear in Jeremiah 29:11, God says, I know the thoughts I think towards you, I know the plans. I've mentioned before, but that word means blueprints. God knows what He's building in your life, and He's building it according to the blueprint of how He's designed to develop what He's up to with you. So the truth is, when you are in that place, when you're not sure what's happening, you got to trust the architect and trust that He's building you according to the blueprint. So I'm going to take a shot here. As you see this construction zone, you see it's organized chaos. So when you're in a season when God's constructing something new in your life, there's going to be a lot of background noise. You're going to have to trust that the architect is building you according to the blueprint that He has for your life. Furthermore, there's a lot of organized chaos. So I'm going to shift around here now. Now look over there. See that? That building is under construction, but there's a lot of just a lot of dirt, a lot of extra stuff going on. It's a very busy, noisy environment. But when these buildings are done, just like when God's done building what He's up to in your life, the chaos is going to give way to order. The background noise will go away, and there will be beauty for the brokenness. There will be clarity for the chaos. When you're in a construction zone season in your life, you're just going to really have to trust that God knows what He's doing. So again, He's building you according to His blueprint. Paul called it the author and finisher of our faith, the one who's building us according to the plan He has for us. So when you're in construction, there will be different phases. Like this building here has been under construction longer, so there's more progress. The one back behind me, there's some progress, but it's minimal. Across the street, they're just getting started. You see over there's a lot of extra equipment. And that takes me to point number three. There are some things that are present in your life now, like Laban with Jacob, that God will use to build you, to construct what He's doing in your life, but it won't be there forever. At certain seasons, when God is building us, there are certain elements, certain tools. When I took you across the street, and in fact, if I panned up, let's look at that. You see these cranes? They are temporary building blocks of what the builders are building. Likewise, there are temporary building blocks of what God is building in your life. There are some elements at play right now that perhaps you don't understand. Perhaps they're stressing you. Perhaps you feel a little squeezed or tired, or maybe it's all the noise is competing with your focus. What you need to know is that there are some things that are present now that won't always be present. They're tools God's using to build what He's doing in you. And so, as we've been in this series on Jacob, Jacob's life in Laban's house is a construction zone. God's building his family, He's building his business, He's building his faith, which takes me to point number four. And I'm going to finish with this today. And today's obviously a lot shorter, but I wanted to do something different because God's been talking to my heart about what it's like when we're in a construction zone. And that is this, that when God is building you, His covenant with you is built around the blueprint that He has for you. So God builds us according to the blueprint, the architect of our faith, the architect of our outcome, the author and the finisher, the one who completes a thing, declaring the end from the beginning. Before He says it, it's already done. So God covenants with you over what He's building, the background noise, the temporary elements, the confusion, the see all that? all of that extra stuff. Like Jacob and Laban's house, there's some extra stuff. Some of the things you're stressed out today are not going to be in your life a year from now, 2 years from now, 5 years from now. They're temporary building blocks of what God's doing, and He's building you according to the blueprint that He has for your life. And when you're in construction, the covenant is stronger than ever. That's my final point today. When your life, when your faith, when God is building something, your dream, your business, your family, your purpose, what you're going after is under construction. And no matter where you are in the construction phase, whether you're in the groundbreaking phase of just getting started, whether you've made a little progress, or whether you're actually really much farther along, until you get to the point where something's finally finished, where something is totally done, the covenant in your life is strong. God tells Jacob, I'll be with you wherever you go. No matter what phase you're in, no matter where you are in your season or the dimension of construction you're under, wherever you are in the construction phase, in the construction zone of your life, what you need to know is the covenant is stronger than ever. And I really want to encourage you today that the covenant of God in your life, those things He's covenanted with you to do, you may be under construction right now, and there may be a lot of extra things in your life. Be encouraged. Those things that are part of your process right now won't be a part of your process forever. And God's covenant stands sure. When you really look at all the covenants God's made in the scriptures, when God said, I covenant with you over this, He seals the deal of the outcome. So no matter where you are in your life that's under construction, no matter what God's building, and no matter what phase or season of that construction process you're in, God's covenant is going to bring your building to full measure, to absolute completion. God's going to finish what He started with you.